Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Boogie. And this is a coming-of-age story of a young Chinese American who is really great at basketball and wants to make a career in the NBA of it. He has this shared dream with his father, but his mother, who has a very contentious relationship with his father and a quite abusive relationship with Boogie himself, wants different things, wants something bigger and different, and is manipulating this situation. So you have this complex family life. But then you have Boogie, who's connecting with a young woman at school, played by Taylor Page. They have this budding relationship. Boogie has his own hopes. He has his best friend, played by Jorge Lendenborg Jr., and he has this rivalry with this other kid from another team that they're going to be playing. And you have all these trappings of a coming-of-age story, that tough family life, shooting for your dreams, the girl, your friends. In this particular one, you have the sports elements as well. This is very much a sports movie. You have the climax and a big basketball game. And yes, a lot of these things are familiar. But Eddie Huang, who is the writer and director of this film from Fresh Off the Boat, he brings something fresh and a different perspective that shakes up this genre. Whether it's the coming-of-age aspects or the basketball, like the sports movie aspects, yes. Things play out as you expect, and you have all these different things. But you have Taylor Takahashi as Boogie, who gives this fantastic charismatic performance. You care about him and his journey so much. His developing relationship with this young woman. There's particular shots, especially in the very end of the film, where they have this moment of just cutting back and forth to just their eyes. And it's so poignant and meaningful in them making this connection. You care about this connection. You care about him. He frustrates you because he lets things get out of hand. He lets things go to his head, his anger. And there's different things that, yeah, you see that coming. Yeah, you see that coming. But there's a different layer here as well in terms of the cultural aspects. There's a very complex relationship that he has with his parents, and his parents have with each other, and their traditions, and it's a fresh look through this lens of being a Chinese American and having that Chinese background. You also have an interesting set inside his school life, where in his English class they're reading Catcher in the Rye and having these parallels because, you know, what teenager hasn't read Catcher in the Rye in school? And people look at Holden, and it's an interesting dynamic because he is a privileged white kid. And you have Boogie, who is not privileged, and he is not white. And he has this different perspective, and he challenges it in school. And you see him challenging these expectations and these hopes and dreams that a lot of young people have because he comes from a different place. And you root for him. You really want him to succeed. Hung does a great job of pacing this film. This is only like an hour and 28 minutes. It's 88 minutes long. And it's a fresh and zippy, well-paced film that you get invested quickly and you care from start to finish. No matter how much Boogie frustrates you, because you want better for him, because you care. And Hung does such a great job of building that connection, bringing us into this story, and this cast is really well put together, really well acted. And there's some hard moments. This isn't just like a sugar-coated coming-of-age story. There's some really difficult moments to watch in this film. Some of the characters that are along the way, the antagonists, besides that contentious relationship with his parents, there's some characters that are a bit of just stereotypes that are there to be that roadblock in the way. And that's okay, because you're connected. And you can get past some of the things that feel a little worn, feel a little familiar in the story. And in the end, Boogie is a really refreshing new perspective on the coming-of-age story, on the sports movie. And in the end, this is a journey worth taking. And Eddie Huang does a fantastic job of pulling this film together. But those are my thoughts on Boogie. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.